This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Clarissa Shoenmi-Mokoka, the CEO of Oxford Cannabinoid Technologies, following an announcement that the company has successfully administered its first dose of its lead drug candidate, that is OCT 461201, in a phase 1 clinical trial conducted in the UK with healthy volunteers. So a milestone moment. Clarissa, welcome back on. How are you feeling?
Very, very happy, Mark. It's been a really big day over here at OCT. We are delighted, of course, to have hit this, as you say, very significant milestone to actually get OCT 461201 into a healthy volunteer in the clinic is huge news for us. So we're really, really thrilled.
I wonder if you can tell us a bit more about how perhaps this trial will run. I understand a third party will be involved in running the trial. What strategy have you perhaps devised with them to ensure a smooth and timely process?
Good question. So we're working with a CRO called Simbec Orion, who many of your viewers will be familiar with, I'm sure. It's their clinical trial site in Wales that we're working on at the moment. They've been instrumental, together with our team, Valentino and the rest of the crew, in designing this clinical trial so that we are, pushing forward in the most effective way possible. We've got a cohort, obviously, of healthy volunteers, and it is a single ascending dose study. So there'll be successive cohorts going through the process as we increase the dose over time. In terms of the timeframes, it isn't a long study. So as we've previously announced, we're expecting still to have those results in calendar Q3 of this year. So really not very long to wait at all. Very exciting.
Excellent. Could you elaborate on perhaps the specific objectives or the end points of phase 1 clinical trials and what you want to get out of it, but also the measures that you're taking to ensure the safety and well-being of the healthy volunteers participating in the trial?
Yes, of course. So you've hit the nail on the head there, really, Mark. It is about safety and about tolerability. That's what we're trying to establish with this phase 1. That's what all phase 1s try to establish, that you put the new compound or the new drug into healthy volunteers and test it to make sure that it is safe and well tolerated. We're also doing some pharmacokinetic profiling to establish the druggable nature of the compound, of which we're confident. But in terms of looking after those patients, of course, that's where Simbec Orion and their specialists come in. So, in fact, Valentino was down at the site yesterday and watching over the various administrations, so ECGs and blood tests and all the sort of normal markers that you would expect, a clinical research organization to be following through to make sure that those patients or those healthy volunteers are safe and well during this important study.
And of course, that is the main point of a phase 1, isn't it? It's to test the safety of it, and you expect results fairly soon, I think in Q3. So what results are you looking for? Obviously, that people are not reacting badly to it, I guess, would be one of the big results you want to see.
Absolutely, yeah. We're looking for just well tolerated and everybody feeling comfortable and no adverse effects. That's what we're looking for in a phase 1. It's really pretty straightforward, just safety and tolerability.
Okay, well, I note as well from the RNS that you've appointed Dr. Paul Farquhar-Smith, who is an internationally recognised pain specialist with expertise in chemotherapy-induced peripheral neuropathy. I got that right, I think, as an external advisor. So how do you envisage leveraging his knowledge to potentially position this trial that you're doing as a first-in-class treatment for CIPN?
So he's a very significant appointment for us. Dr. Farquhar-Smith, as you've said, is pretty much the expert in CIPN, which is the indication we're targeting with our lead compound, 461201. He's got significant experience in the field. He runs the only dedicated CIPN clinic in the UK at the Royal Marsden Hospital. His focus in terms of his areas of expertise are specifically cancer pain in pain experienced by cancer patients, also anesthesia and pain education as well. So he's deeply embedded in this space. That means that his expertise, in combination with, the existing team, Valentino Paravicini, our Chief Scientific Officer, and our newly announced Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Tim Korn, really will come together to essentially input into the data that we extract from this phase one, the first phase one that we're doing, super important, so that we design that phase two, which is the next step for this compound, of course, taking that trial into patients who desperately need proper and new solutions for CIPN, which of course currently has no approved medicines out there on the market. We'll be using Dr. Farquhar-Smith's expertise and obviously Dr. Korn's expertise to design those phase two trials on the back of the data that we generate from the phase one. Really, it's about making sure we're putting patients at the heart of everything we do, and really their expertise, and Paul in particular with that CIPN clinic is going to be instrumental in securing that.
Okay, thank you for that. So you're looking to get results up to market fairly soon after sort of Q3. You're already thinking ahead beyond this. Just a final thought, Clarissa, what sort of data will be collected and how will it help shape the next phase of the trial?
So it's a single ascending dose study, as I mentioned, which means we'll be looking at the sort of dose ranging. You'll get that dose ranging data initially, and also it's really just a safety and tolerability, so that we can design the sort of starting dose for going into patients effectively. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for that update, Clarissa Shomi-Mokoka, the CEO of Oxford Cannabinoid Technologies.
Thanks, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.